On the news tonight, more Nigerian returnees arrive from Poland.
It is the custodianship of this illustrious heritage and proud tradition that the Olubadan has been initiated today.
New Olubadan ascends the throne. Also tonight, panel orders NDLEA chairman to produce suspended DCP Abukari.
This panel, the second day of March 2022.
Hello and warm welcome to NTA Network News. We are live in Abuja. I am Jummai Yusuf. Adiola Kamia Kere is in our Lagos studio. You're welcome. You can follow this news broadcast live on our website nta.ng/live and on YouTube channel NTA News Online, Twitter at NTA News Now. You can also visit our Facebook page NTA Network News and Instagram NTA Network for updates. Let's get the news. 123 Nigerians are back home in the early hours of Friday morning. The latest returnees are mostly students who took refuge in Poland as a result of the war in Ukraine. Usman Aliu reports.
Chartered flight hired by the federal government landed in Abuja almost 2 a.m. Government officials received the returnees at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport. They were assured of adequate care and support.
The federal government of Nigeria, of course, through the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and other able agencies, is going to provide you with $100 each for your welcoming this morning. After that, the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission is also going to provide you with free SIM cards with 5,000 naira loaded on all of them. In order, the idea here is to ensure your happiness.
The documentation on arrival as obtained in the procedure have been conducted in such a manner that made it easier for both the returnees and the officials handling the exercise. There was free COVID-19 test also. While narrating their ordeal, the returnees appreciated the federal government on its effort and concern it demonstrated by ensuring their protection and making their return peacefully coordinated.
First, I'm happy I'm back home safely. I mean, after spending 4 days on the border of Poland, so it wasn't easy for me to cross.
It was quite serious, the war entirely, because I was back in the city when the whole thing started. But we were able to leave the city and try to move to another country safely.
When people had gone, we saw that people had gone, and then it was just us. We were seeing our neighbors, everybody, no cars, nothing. It was really scary.
So far, almost 2,000 Nigerians who fled Ukraine and take shelter in the neighboring countries are brought back home. Usman Aliu, NTA News.
The Minister of Interior, Rauf Aregbesola, says amendment of the Nigeria Immigration and Prison Board Act is to enable inclusion of civil defense and the Federal Fire Service. The aim, he added, is to align the functions and structure of the organizations. The minister was speaking at a meeting with leadership of the House of Representatives. National Assembly correspondent Lami Ali reports.
This meeting is in respect of an executive bill seeking amendments to the Nigeria Immigration Service and the Prison Service Governing Board to bring the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps and the Federal Fire Service under the purview of the board to conform with related laws and practices. The bill covers matters of promotion, discipline and regulations. House leader and chairman of some relevant committees sought explanation on some provisions of the proposed amendments.
Have you really observed and reflected the cost implication when government is crying about money, funding, and you are creating 4 more
appointment, promotion and discipline of officers in the corps and services, bringing them in line with structure and practice by similar agencies such as the Public Service Commission.
Meanwhile, member representing Afikpo North, Afikpo South Federal Constituency in the House of Representatives, Igariwe Iduma, who was endorsed by the People's Democratic Party as its choice for governor of Ebonyi State, following the Federal High Court judgment, has briefed the press on this development.
I and my deputy would like to thank our great party, the PDP, and our stakeholders from Ebonyi State for the honor of submitting our names to INEC. Security agencies, the police, DSS, the NSCDC are urged to secure the state by protecting lives and property, and this includes government property and assets.
He urged civil servants and citizens of the state to remain peaceful. Lami Ali, NTA News.
President Muhammadu Buhari has congratulated the new Olubadan of Ibadan, Oba Moshood Olalekan Balogun, as he ascends the throne as the 42nd Olubadan of Ibadan, Oyo State. State House correspondent Jine Onifade tells us more.
Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, who is representing the president at this coronation ceremony and presentation of staff of office to Oba Moshood Olalekan Balogun, describes the system of selection that brought him to the throne as unique.
It is its predictability and orderliness that ranks it among the most peaceful and unique ascension protocol anywhere. It is the custodianship of this illustrious heritage and proud tradition that the Olubadan has been initiated today.
The Vice President notes that the monarch's shoulder is broad enough for the task ahead, as he is well trained both in economic, social, and tradition of the people is chosen to lead.
Everything in your remarkable life and times, your abiding dedication and love for the people of Ibadan, your breadth of intellect, openness of mind, and lightness of heart has inexorably led to this auspicious day of your crowning. I pray for you that your reign will be long.
Governor Seyi Makinde presents the staff and instrument of office to Oba Moshood Olalekan Balogun, advising him to stay clear of politics.
Sometimes, despite our political ways, we make decisions that do not protect our traditional system. But this is why the custodians of our culture must always take a stand against us politicians tinkering with age-old traditional system. Our traditional fathers, you are the gatekeepers, and you must remain steadfast in that rule. I will not let you down. I will not let Nigeria.
Prominent royal fathers in Yoruba land and well-wishers from across the country witnessed the occasion. In Ibadan, Jide Onifade, NTA.
Nigerian Public Service has been employed to adopt strategies that will attract investors into the country for job creation and improved revenue. This is a message from House FCT Subcommittee on Ages, Lands and Housing Matters during investigation of delayed implementation of a ministerial approval on housing development in Abuja. John Yakuk reports.
Investigation followed a petition by a housing developer over a piece of land in Kiami district along Airport Road measuring 288 hectares. The developer said he acquired the land which was approved by the FCT minister in 2013 and had commenced development, but later asked to stop after 50 units had been completed.
Our prayer, in a nutshell, is simply for the committee to help us so that they will implement the ministerial approval and reinstate our titles over the land.
An investor that has gone to the bank to collect a huge sum of amount as loan. All these things will be written within that period. Who bears the brunt?
Even local investment is not encouraging it. Talk more of FDI, foreign direct investment. They will ask you, what success have you achieved in your investment in real estate? And we are running short of houses.
I know there's a lot of bureaucracy in government, but you have to be seen as doing the needful.
The FCT subcommittee, after visiting the site, demanded to know from FCT administration why the delay in honoring the approval of the minister.
The minister must be commended. Expeditiously, when he got all these layers of recommendations, they approved. for implementation. And today we're still talking about why the ministerial directive cannot be implemented.
If it is infringing on infrastructure, that should be taken care of before the implementation.
The committee therefore asked the FCT administration to furnish it with files of all transactions with the developer for further investigation and ruling. In Abuja, John Yauku, NTA News.
The House of Representatives Committee on Safety and Standards says it would come up with a comprehensive report of its engagement with companies operating in River State with respect to adherence to health, safety and environmental policies. Kingsley Amajiri reports.
The Committee on Occupational Health, Safety and Environment is visiting the companies to see their level of compliance with extant laws with respect to health, safety and environment where their employees work. The objective of this engagement is to ensure that workers are provided conducive environment to do their job in line with international best practices. At some of the companies visited, the committee expressed concern that they are not operating in line with the global best practices.
Now, we are doing an on-the-spot assessment of their policy integrated management systems of HSE. Then we're also looking at how they actually conduct their operations as regards to health and safety, so that we ensure that the life and property and environment of the Nigerian citizens is well secured.
Some of the companies cited the economic climate and administrative bottlenecks as inhibiting factors.
In the creation of this company, we have not had any fatality. And as at the last time we worked, because currently we are not working because we have no job. The last time we worked was 2019.
Asia, excellence is a core part of the business. It's not separated from the business.
Among the companies visited include Coca-Cola, Shell Petroleum Development Company, Baker Hughes, Income Electric, International Brewers, among others. In Port Harcourt, Kingsley Amajiri, NTA News.
Let's shift our attention to politics as the All Progressives Congress Caretaker and Extraordinary Convention Planning Committee has reaffirmed its position that there is no change in leadership. Governor Maimala Buni remains the chairman of the Caretaker Committee. Youth representative of the Caretaker Committee, Ismail Ahmed, at a media briefing at the Buhari House said Zonal Congress and National Convention will both hold on the 26th of March 2022.
Governor Abubakar Sani Bello is acting with the full authority of the Caretaker Committee and with the full authority of the stakeholders and leaders of the party and with the full consent and knowledge of Governor Maimala. It's very clear and very simple.
Having clarified issues surrounding the leadership of the party, Ismail Ahmed gave a summary of the activities of the party under the supervision of its acting national chairman and governor of Niger State, Abubakar Sani Bello.
The Caretaker Committee shared responsibilities and specific responsibilities to each member of the Caretaker Committee. The purpose is to ensure speedy execution of the various activities leading to the National Convention. So that was what we did. And I was tasked with the responsibility for media and publicity.
He said March 26th date for National Convention is sacrosanct.
But ultimately, the election for the zonal offices would be done at the National Convention as well.
He appealed to party faithful not to overheat the polity as the internal peace-building mechanism of the party is in progress to address any emerging challenges. In Abuja, Saliu Gwanara, NTA News.
The People's Democratic Party, PDP, is to set up a committee to look into the lingering crisis in the Edo State chapter of the party. National Chairman of the party, Senator Iyorchia Ayu, while addressing the party stakeholders and supporters in Benin during a peace mission to the state, appealed for their support to Governor Godwin Obaseki to resolve the problem in the state. Elizabeth Omoko reports.
The national chairman received a rousing welcome from party members and leaders of the PDP in the state on arrival in Benin. Addressing the issue of integration and harmonization, which has been a problem in Edo, the national leader emphasized the unity of his members across the country.
Every state chapter of the PDP that has problems, we are going to move into it
we'll resolve the problem, we'll make sure the leaders are united on one page.
The leadership of the party in the state say under the present administration, there has been growth in leaps and bounds except for some challenges.
PDP is in the DNA of Edo State, and we do not want that to change. The only thing that can stop us is the small quarrel we are having, and there's no need for the quarrel. People are saying the governor will not leave PDP. The governor will remain PDP when he sees his soldiers remaining in PDP. The PDP in the Edo State, under our leader, the governor of the state, is in very safe hands. That the critical leadership here has implicit faith and trust in our governor as leader of the party.
With few weeks to the PDP primaries, members and leaders are optimistic that peace will return to the party. In Benin, Elizabeth Amako, NTA News.
Let's take our first break. The news will be back shortly. Do stay.
My son, calm down now. You said like a robber.
My uncle no go buy. Uncle, meet Andy. He has come to ask for my hand in marriage.
Good morning and good afternoon, sir. What about good night? Have you seen a movie? What nonsense. Son, no, sir. It's my parents in the village. I'm doing a video call since they can't be here.
Glow Bracketed Plus is here. Existing Glow customers will get 400% bonus on every recharge and 100 MB data bonus on first recharge of the month. New Glow customers will get 1,000 Naira welcome bonus. To activate, buy a new Glow SIM today or dial *777# for existing Glow customers.
I am more than just an idea. I am alive, connected. I am part of an ecosystem, creating connections within an interactive and sustainable city. I am intentional about excellence, integrity, and efficiency. I am invested in building a sustainable future. I am committed to strategic partnerships and collaborations. I can be tough. And I can be tender. I take pride in delivering high standards. While there may be others, I am in a league of my own. I am more than just an idea. I am beloved. Who are you?
You won't go shake your body. Instead, they make it calm down. If the pump saying tabby, you want to grow 6 packs in a day. You know you pass the power. You want to show yourself.
Whatever your size, find it with the new Airtel data plans. Dial *141# now to get the plan that suits you.
Airtel, the smartphone network. You see, as a fashion designer, I create time to make the best designs for all my clients. My customers trust me, and they know I have their interests at heart. One of the things I love to do is play lottery. And just like my clients have absolute trust in me that I want the best for them, so also do I trust the process of lottery, because the National Lottery Regulatory Commission plays the role of making lottery safe for all. When I win, I channel it towards the growth of my business. I also have a great time with friends. You see why I love to play the game? The National Lottery Regulatory Commission is here to protect your interest. We keep the game safe for you. National Lottery Regulatory Commission. Lottery the right way. Game responsibly.
His Excellency Nyesom Ezenwike, CON, GSSRS, POS Africa, Governor of River State, cordially invites the general public to the commissioning of the dualized and rehabilitated Eastern Bypass Road in Port Harcourt. The road has a total length of 3.348 kilometers, dualized width of 14.6 meters, with 1.5 meters wide concrete median, 6.697 kilometer drains on both sides, sidewalks, and street lightings. His Excellency Ibrahim Idris, former Kogi State Governor, will commission the road on Saturday, 12 March 2022, time 11 a.m. All invitees must adhere to COVID-19 protocol, including wearing of face mask. We welcome Your Excellency and all invited guests. Announcer Kelvin Eburi, Special Assistant on Media to the River State Governor.
Welcome back, and you can follow this news broadcast live on our website nta.ng/live and on YouTube channel NTA News Online, Twitter at NTA News Now. You can also visit our Facebook page NTA Network News and Instagram NTA Network for updates. The Inspector General of Police, Usman Al-Ali Baba, has barred all police officers from carrying out certain security operations in Mufti. In a statement, the IGP described as unacceptable the use of unapproved apparel, noting that uniforms, which are a means of identification, have been abused by officers who engage in improper dressing. The IGP decries the fear this unwholesome practice creates in the minds of innocent Nigerians. Consequently, the IGP has ordered that all police disciplinary units, particularly the Force Provost Marshal, the IGP X Squad, and monitoring unit, are to ensure strict enforcement of the directive with severe sanctions for erring officers. Meanwhile, police officers detailed for patrol, stop and search checkpoints, and other routine operational duties must be in approved uniforms for easy identification. The IGP has equally warned that all supervisory officers would be held liable in the event that personnel under their command violate this order. The chairman, National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, Brigadier General Mohammed Buba Marwa, has been ordered to produce the suspended Deputy Commissioner of Police, Abakari, currently in its custody, to appear before the Independent Investigative Panel on Human Rights Violations by the defunct SARS to answer questions on the whereabouts of some persons in his custody when he headed the Inspector General of Police Intelligence Response Team. Chairman of the panel gave the order at the panel sitting today in Abuja. Judiciary correspondent Vera Chinwoba has more.
Persons, Yakubu Danjuma, Ibrahim Daniel, and Choji Dong, had been missing since 2020 when they were arrested by the IGP Intelligence Response Team led by DCP Abba Kyari.
With respect to the disappearance of these serious persons, where he promised to get back to him and he never got back. The chairman of National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, hereby orders to produce Mr. Abba Kyari before this panel on the 22nd day of March 2022.
The missing persons are victims of unlawful arrest, detention, and torture. A member of the panel who represented the chairman also ordered the police legal team led by James Idachaba to furnish the panel with other necessary documents and recordings that will assist the panel arrive at justice. Mr. Dachaba told the panel that the police have checked the 4 CID facility in Abuja but could not find their names in the record.
This order, if it's the way it is, it's an order made that we do not have capacity. It's all right. Because our carrying first, it's a public knowledge that our carrying is not our custody.
The case of alleged abuse of office against the fund FCT SARS by Tahiru Gabo was withdrawn. In Abuja, Viera Chinwoba, NTA News.
It's time to join Adiola in our Lagos studio for more reports. Hello, Adiola.
Hello, Jummai.
Andrew Nice, the BRT driver, suspected to have killed a passenger, the 22-year-old Bamishe Ayonwole, has been arraigned before a magistrate court in Lagos. He was charged on a 4-count bordering on murder, sexual offense, and interference with victims' corpse. Adeniyi Taiwo completes the report.
On the heels of his arrest and parade by the police last Monday, 47-year-old Andrew Nice took the dock at Yaba Magistrate Court before Magistrate Salau. His arraignment on a 4-count charge was witnessed by large spectators who thronged the court to put a face to the name of the suspect. The suspect pleaded not guilty to all the charges, said to be in contravention of Section 260 of the state criminal laws. An application for a remand order brought by the police was, however, granted by the magistrate. The order gives the police leave to keep the suspect in custody pending conclusion of investigation into the crime. Speaking to journalists after the sitting, counsel to the bereaved family, Ayo Ademiluyi, called on Lagos Bus Services Limited to release the particular BRT bus used in committing the crime to the police for forensic investigation.
We are still insistent on our demand that the Inspector General of Police should so take over this homicide case. And the basis of this our contention is on the fact that what is at risk is not only Bamishe, who has gone to the world beyond. What's at risk is over 30 million Lagosians who are still plying the bus rapid transport routes.
With the charges preferred against him, the case against the suspect is expected to later move to a high court that has jurisdiction over such cases. In Lagos, Adeniyi Taiwo, NTA News.
The Nigerian Railway Corporation says the sudden stoppage of its locomotive at Papalanto along the Lagos-Ibadan rail line was caused by technical challenge rather than inadequate fueling, as it has been rumored. The managing director, Fide Tahiria, says although technical investigation is ongoing, measures have been strengthened to forestall a repeat. Michael Olaleye reports.
This is how to refuel a train.
This video presently trending has been a subject of concern and discourse. The worry here is how a train bound for a 157-kilometer journey could have suddenly stopped at Papalanto due to lack of fuel. Although normal train services have not been obstructed since the incident, and situation at the Mobolaji Johnson train station indicates that passengers traffic is still relatively high. But the Nigerian Railway Corporation is inquisitive since the indicator on the fuel gauge showed there was enough fuel during routine check before departure from Ibadan to Lagos, only for the driver to complain that the locomotive engine was showing low fuel midway into the journey.
And at that time, they said the driver suspected fuel problem. It was indicating 900 liters. We do have waited and said, okay, pretend not send fuel there because we don't want people to laugh. We later find out it was not a fuel issue, but a technical issue on the fuel line.
Although investigation to unravel the mystery has commenced, but the managing director is not ruling out compromise by some handlers.
We will not leave those people that are supposed to have ensured such things didn't happen, just go scot-free. We have to apply the appropriate sanctions. But as I said, the locomotive have self-assessment that they will download and check what really happened.
Some of the passengers along the corridor were discouraged with the belief that technical hitch is bound to happen unexpectedly.
Since I've been taking train, this is my 5th or 6th times. I've really enjoyed it. So it has never happened. Things happen and we have to learn from the mistake.
So anybody can make that mistake. So that is not enough to discourage people. I think this is still one of the best things that is happening in this country, and we need to keep it up.
The situation, though pathetic, is a lesson for the corporation, as the managing director says efforts will now be channeled to increasing the number of technical officers at various points along the line, apart from increasing surveillance on fuel and engine checks. In Lagos, Michael Olaleye, NTA News.
And those are the stories from Lagos. Time now for our second commercial break, but remember, you can still follow this news broadcast live on our website at nta.ng/live and on YouTube at NTA News Online. Our Facebook page is at NTA Network News, a Twitter handle at NTA News Now, and Instagram at NTA Network for updates. To stay on.
Enjoy the reward that sharing brings with the Airtel Family Plan. Get bonus talk time, SMS, and data for each family member you share with. Dial *141# now. Airtel, the smartphone network.
What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Millions of Nigerians have received COVID-19 vaccine. I have taken my own. What about you? We have taken our own. What about you? I am strong and healthy. What are you waiting for? We are strong and healthy. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Go get, go and get your job. The hospitals, churches, and the mosques. Go and get your job. Health centers, hurry up now. Don't be late. Go and get your job. Bye-bye, Corona. Bye-bye, Corona. This message is brought to you by the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, NPHCDA.
The Zenith Better Life promo is back, and it's bigger and better. You could be one of 20 lucky customers to win 150,000 naira every 2 weeks from now till January 31st, 2023. To qualify, simply open a Zenith Bank account and maintain a minimum balance of 5,000 naira. For more information, visit www.zenithbank.com/betterlife. Zenith Bank, in your best interest.
Oh boy.
You know, I know you're making up the truth. Why can't I go before I lose my cool? I know you even past the difficult.
I suppose human life has more definition to it, with the moments they share, the memories they keep, the striving that's got no limit, rhythm they feel, and the occurrence they are never prepared for. Ouch. Life happens, but Samsung Care Plus has got you covered. To enjoy screen repairs for as low as 9,000 naira. Kindly visit www.samsung.com. Terms and conditions apply.
A peak protein breakfast. Get ready for a great day. How do I know? Because my daddy goes through his work feeling good and always with a smile. Mommy is always filled with confidence. My sister is always in tune. And for me, learning new things becomes absolutely fun. Because all day and every day, the peak goes on.
Start your day. Protein breakfast peak. Reach for your peak.
Liverpool look to keep up the pressure on Manchester City when they take on Brighton, who are still smarting from a loss to Newcastle United. This Saturday, it's Brighton and Hove Albion versus Liverpool on the Premier League Live, showing on the network service of the NTA from 1 p.m. The Premier League Live is brought to you by Baba Ijebu, empowered by Integral.
You're welcome back. President Muhammadu Buhari heartily felicitates with His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the Grand Prince of Abu Dhabi, on the occasion of his 61st birthday. The President recognizes His Highness' steadfast commitment to Nigeria's economic development, peace and stability, demonstrating compassion to the country's humanitarian needs and lending a helping hand to deal with the impact of the global COVID-19 pandemic. President Buhari also salutes the leadership and visionary foresight of the Crown Prince, which has brought economic development and prosperity to the people of the United Arab Emirates, making the Middle East country an important voice and strategic player in the regional and international sphere. The President notes that His Highness is also reckoned globally to have worked tirelessly to promote religious tolerance and harmony. Kaduna State Government has earmarked more than 200 million naira for disbursement to women entrepreneurs in the state. Umar Anjigi reports that this is the third time the state is providing soft loans at 0% interest rate to empower women in the state.
Habibu Muhammad, a mother of 7, runs small businesses of frying in Kaduna metropolis. With 20,000 naira startup capital, she is able to cater for her children's school fees and other domestic expenses.
Some of them, I don't train them. Now only one day secondary school. All of them don't go poly, don't go university.
Injecting new lease of life to small businesses with more than 200 million naira targeting women rekindled the hope of Habiba and many women entrepreneurs in Kaduna State. The idea was conceived to improve the economic fortunes of women entrepreneurs with a greater emphasis on rural women.
20,000 naira that you throw away in one restaurant one night, your friends, can change the life of that woman who borrows beans and groundnut oil to fry akara so that she can feed her children. 200 million is a drop in the ocean. The budget of this state is 200 billion. 1 billion can be for women. If you want,
The Kaduna State government is designing a template to ensure the target groups receive the loan to be disbursed in due course. Over 1,420 women entrepreneurs are going to benefit from these women empowerment funds. In Kaduna, Umar Jingi, NTA News.
The federal government's effort to diversify the economy and ensure job creation among Nigerians is rugged in success with introduction of more policies aimed at boosting agricultural production to ensure food sufficiency and encourage export. Our Salisu reports that the stakeholders' engagement was organized in Kano on how best to improve the capacity of rice millers for them to compete favorably in global markets.
With many rice mills springing up in Kano State, coupled with the increase in production, the state is gradually becoming the hub of rice, not only in Nigeria but West Africa. It is, however, believed that the achievement recorded in the production of rice in Kano and other states was as a result of various agricultural policies introduced by the federal government. The one-day sensitization workshop for rice millers in Kano is one of such initiatives to ensure quality and sustainability in production and export.
With this free African trade that we have right now, it's easier to move things across the border. So if the product is up to standard and they're following the rules, they won't have any problems in the receiving country.
We want to avoid this situation whereby people bring in different type of rice that possibly would have been long in the silos of wherever they are coming from, and they're just coming to bag them without traceability, and the quality of such a product cannot be guaranteed.
Ali Idris Kura, one of the participants, said the workshop has explored vast potentialities in standard rice production and export.
We lack training, but now we are receiving training in order to modernize and to make our rice to be higher quality for use.
For Ali and his likes, there's a need for similar engagements for rice millers in Nigeria to compete favorably in global markets. In Kano, Awal Salisu, NTA News.
Now, the leadership of the Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, Southern Region, has commended President Muhammadu Buhari for giving assent to the new Electoral Act. Ifeoma Godu Nwafo reports that the summit held in Abakaliki, the Ebonyi State capital, focused on providing solution to the socio-economic challenges being faced by the country.
Delegates of Christian Association of Nigeria come from 3 geopolitical zones of the southern part of Nigeria converged on Abakaliki, the Ebonyi State capital, for E2022 summit. Issues of insecurity, kidnapping, political unrest, and other perceived socio-economic challenges bedeviling the nation dominated deliberations.
There should be preaching of righteousness. We should revert from the present sermon of faith that takes to the faith that purifies.
The central theme is that we may be one and that we hold our leaders in prayers and counsel. And we have been exchanging views about the importance of emphasizing on the things that hold us together.
Christians must take up the challenge of being true Christians in their days.
For us to actually achieve this aim, we should go back to our old Christianity.
Therefore, let us go in. Let us challenge that situation.
Urging the federal government to prioritize the welfare of security personnel for optimal discharge of their duties. The theme for the 2022 Southern Can Leadership Summit is repositioning for national transformation in changing context. Ifoma Godwin for NTA News.
To ensure that all the persons in the country live a life of peace, dignity and respect, the National Senior Citizen Center is walking the talk by taking the advocacy to communities. Ruth Aguele reports that the Director General, Dr. M.M. Omakoro, led a delegation with its partners on a courtesy visit to the palace of the Sapi of Garki in the FCT to seek for support.
They pass through various stages of life, and now they are at crucial age as grandmothers. Their plights have been the basis for the conversation here, and their need is the responsibility of the center, which holds the mandate to act. The National Senior Citizen Center is holding this dialogue with various stakeholders with the theme Equity, Diversity and Inclusion to chart a way forward to enhance the visibility of older women, mobilize policymakers to implement development programs for these persons in Nigeria.
NSCC is particular about mainstreaming older women and gender issues, giving them priority. The focus group today will assist us to identify communities of older women and their multidimensional status that would inform factual decisions on the best policy action fit for effective transformation.
And it's a responsibility of all of us to support the elderly amongst us. Any country that negates the senior citizens or the elderly amongst them, we are wasting special resources that you can't buy.
There is need for continuous sensitization and awareness creation on elder abuse in Nigeria, as this seems to be alien to our culture as Africans.
Even within the population of women, and at every age, each band should be ensured equity, full inclusion, and given opportunities to participate in the things they are reason to value.
As the dialogue continues with the hope to change the tides by initiating the Grandmothers Arise project, it is expected that the initiative will explore them as assets for them to utilize their potential and have access to social assistance. In Abuja, Ruth Aguela, NTA News.
In the spirit of global recognition of women as partners in nation building, ECOWAS Parliament is promoting the participation of women in politics and governance. On Egie, 5 Face reports.
Because it's actually been my dream, to become a minister.
Elisa Blackie, 24, is a student of nursing in Liberia, desirous of becoming a cabinet minister in her country, but not getting the support to achieve this dream.
You have to create avenue in your community, the carrying on project to, encourage those people that you wanted to vote for you, and getting the finances is kind of a title because nobody willing to help.
Walking into this hall, Melissa hopes to share her dreams with female lawmakers and get the needed inspiration and information to pursue her dream. It is the 5th edition of ECOWAS Female Parliamentarians Town Hall Meeting, a meeting organized to celebrate women, but of more importance, to motivate them to take their place in leadership.
To shatter fear and unlock potential of our young girls and boys, serving as an inspiration for them to join politics and in multi-levels of decision-making.
We must put young people first if we are to connect the demographic sphere.
It is absolutely necessary to institutionalize rapidly a platform for expression and capacity building that will give the youth all the opportunities, open to the youth all opportunities.
Surely this event will come to an end, but the question remains, will Elisa and other women in this hall find the needed support to achieve their political ambition? Onengiye Fine Face, NTA News.
We'll take another break. Don't go away.
If you've been called to host the game show, it's only right to know how it's played. In this game, only one thing is constant. Fun! Win some and lose some. But you can make it a motivation to win the next challenge. You have to be fast and always be right. But nonetheless, you will have lots of fun. I'm Hero Daniels. See you on Play Niger, showing Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays only on African Magic Urban and Family.
We don't like to eat better, more nutritious meals, more veggies, but we want it tasty and easy too. No cubes, that's the secret. Made with real ingredients like chicken, parsley, and garlic, and enriched with iron, so your meals are better for you and more delicious too. That's the cocoa. Let's give it some accolades. Change your world by changing what's on your plate.
The judges of Nigerian Idol Season 7 are ready. The stage is set, and now it's time for you to impress. Nigerian Idol Season 7, showing every Sunday on Africa Magic Urban and Family. Proudly sponsored by Biggie Drinks, Nigeria's favorite, and Binance. Exchange the world.
Liverpool look to keep up the pressure on Manchester City when they take on Brighton, who are still smarting from a loss to Newcastle United. This Saturday, it's Brighton and Hove Albion versus Liverpool on the Premier League Live, showing on the network service of the NTA from 1 p.m. The Premier League Live is brought to you by Baba Ijebu, empowered by Integral.
You're welcome back. Voter apathy remains one out of many concerns in the nation's electoral process. With a new electoral law now in place, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, is expected to explore concepts that will boost public participation in the electoral process. Yusuf reports.
As the 2023 general elections draw closer, interventions geared towards deepening the democratic practices have begun. One of such interventions is this meeting galvanized by a civil society organization under the auspices of Citizen Intervention and Accountability Network with the Independent National Electoral Commission.
A lot of people don't believe in the system, even based on the fact that you are doing a great job. There are voter apathy, and it's an impending issue that needs to be addressed.
INEC National Commissioner Professor Kunle Ajayi shared his thoughts, positing that for the electoral process to be successful, all component stakeholders must be brought together towards deepening the integrity of elections and its processes.
It is the duty of INEC to engage in voter education. But it's not the duty of INEC to push you to go and vote. That is the duty of political parties and civil society groups.
The meeting unanimously agreed that the integrity of the election management body INEC has greatly improved over the years and should be supported by all well-meaning citizens. Timothy Yusuf, NTA News.
Let's join Cynthia Ogun for sports update.
Our opponents are strong, but we are stronger, and we are ready.
Nigeria's national under-20 women football team, Falconets, are set to take on Senegal on Saturday in the final round of qualifiers for the 2022 FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup. The team, who had their first training Friday, look to increase their goal tally of 18 in the qualifying series after beating Central African Republic, Republic of Congo, and Cameroon in preceding matches. Still on football, as more countries look to qualify for the FIFA 2022 World Cup holding in Qatar, FIFA has confirmed April 1st as the official World Cup draw date for participating countries. 15 of the 32 teams that will participate have already qualified, including host Qatar. Nigeria will be looking to qualify as the Super Eagles take on the Black Stars of Ghana in a two-legged match scheduled for March 25 and 29. And finally, Olympic long jump medalist Ese Brume will be aspiring to become the second Nigerian woman to win medals at both the indoor and outdoor championships as she tops the list of 6 athletes set to partake in the World Athletics Indoor Championships in Belgrade, Serbia, from 18 to 20th March. Reigning indoor champion, National Collegiate Athletics Association Championship, Ruth Osoro, is also included in the list, alongside 4x400 meters quartet of Sikuru Adeyemi, Ifeanyi Ojeli, Nathaniel Sampson, and Timothy Imiogene. With Sports Update, Cynthia Ogun, NTA News.
President Muhammadu Buhari condoles with the Arewa Consultative Forum over the passing of the National Publicity Secretary, Emmanuel Yahweh. In a statement, President Buhari also commiserates with family members, friends and associates, particularly in the media, where he served as a reporter and editor of various publications for many years. He prays that the Almighty God will receive the soul of the departed and comfort all his loved ones. Let's take a look at the weather forecast for tomorrow.
You're welcome. The north is once more engulfed with dust haze, ridges and horizontal visibility as depicted from these images coming out of Jigawa State. It's pretty much the same picture across the entire stretch of the north. We expect this situation to persist into Saturday, where we expect dust haze across the north, though with improved horizontal visibility. We expect some of this dust to seep into parts of the northern central states, but shouldn't be significant. As we equally have moisture coming into the country, this should increase the amount of cloudiness we expect over the central part of the country. We have prospects of some rain in the morning over the southeastern coast. This prospect should increase as the day progresses and become wider as we expect thunderstorms across the south part of the country. We have slim prospects of thunderstorms across the central states, reaching as northward as Guantu in southern part of Kaduna and the southernmost tip of Kebbi State, though the prospect there is quite slim, but still there.
You can follow this news broadcast live on our website nta.ng/live and on YouTube channel NTA News Online, Twitter at NTA News Now. You can also visit our Facebook page NTA Network News and Instagram NTA Network for updates. You can also follow this news broadcast live on our website, and don't forget the news is there after the news. And that's it on Network News tonight. Don't forget to join us in the fight against rape and rapist. I am Jummai, Yusuf.